Hey Stats class, I want to show you how you can use your TI to help you with these polar plots. So a TI can't plot a single point in a polar coordinate just as it is, but you can plot them using the stat editor. So I'm going to hit stat edit, and I'm going to show you how I can plot these points given the r and the theta. So remember, x these are x's if I do a scatter plot. These are x's, these are y's. So the x coordinate, if you recall the formula, x equals r cosine theta. This is r, this is theta. So all I need to do is, in this list 1, I can type in 7 cosine pi over 3. Alright, hit enter, and there's my first x coordinate. My y coordinate is r sine theta, so 7 sine pi over 3. And there is the first, the y coordinate we're dealing with. So there's the polar point in rectangular coordinates. And now we basically would be just typing these in to see which one of these matches. So if I went to the next line here for 7 and negative pi over 3, so I would have r, again 7, cosine, instead of pi over 3, now I have negative pi over 3. So negative pi over 3, and you see it matches. But what about sine? So for these to match, it has to match in x and y. These are not the same coordinate. I can see that that's a negative version of that one. So this one rotates up off the x-axis. This rotates down, so the y coordinates are opposite. All right, you could also see it in the stat plot. If you go to second, y equals, make sure your stat plot is on, all right, and make sure that you select the scatter plot. You'd also need to make sure your min x and y and your max x and y are all bigger than this number, so this point will actually show up when you graph it. But when I graph it and I hit graph, there's the, I'm going to hit trace, there's that first point, the 7 pi over 3, right, and then there's the second one. So you can see they're not the same point in the polar coordinates. Now you can see them, again, you wouldn't need to look at the scatter plot. You can see that they're not the same here. And you could do that for all 4 of these points. So I'm going to put in the other 3 points. All right, and then when I've got them all plotted in here, you can see that this is the only one that matches with both x and y. X is the positive 3.5, y is the positive 6.06. Right, everyone else has a negative in the wrong place or in both places. So that is the second one. This is the original, that's the first one, that's the second one. So B is the only one that matches. Now, on yours, it could be more than one match. So you have to be careful when you do this. It's not always just going to be one. We could have infinitely many versions of a polar coordinate. So all 4 of them could be a match. So you just plot them in there, r cosine theta, r sine theta, as you go down through here and see which one matched the original.